Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a lot going on. As you can see, we are underneath the car again. So I'm going to start the video there. So we want to show you what's going on. It's been a lot going on, so let's take a look. So last time we were here, let's give you some light. This was all complete. Let me get some light over here too. This was all complete rust. So since then, we have spent a little time with the grinding wheel. Still needs to be cleaned up and all that. That's just debris. But that's all been sanded down, ready to go. The rear end is pretty much as close as I'm going to have it. That's all rebuilt, ready to go. And if we move to the other side, you can see 95% of all the rust is gone. We got a plan for the other 5%. That's not a problem. And then if we move our way over this way, you can see the grinding wheel did a pretty good job taking care of everything. So at this point, we just got to clean it up, prep everything for paint, and very soon this is all going to go into paint. So just wanted to give everybody a preview. Since, if we can get a close up here. Since then, I've taken the brake lines off, and we've ground it down just the minimal that we need to. We're going to re-undercoat that. We're going to get some new lines on there. It follows all the way down the frame rail, so we got that all nice and cleaned up, and we might get one more view before we leave, which is underneath the car. So if I can get a better light on it, it'll give you guys a much better view of what we're going to be doing. So as you can see, we ground down the frame rail, and if you move up forward, if you look up underneath the floor, you can see all that's been taken care of too. So it's all been ground down. We found literally 2 pinholes in the passenger floor. That's no need for repair of the whole floor, so those will get a small fiberglass patch. And other than that, it's going to clean up pretty well. As you can see, the leaf springs cleaned up. That cleaned up pretty well. The bracket cleaned up about as good as it's going to. But that's the next thing we'll talk about. We'll talk about paint and where we're going with that. So that's where we're at from the underneath. Definitely won't look like that the next time you see it, and we'll be definitely taking a video on that one. So if you give me a quick second, we're gonna roll out and we will get to the front. And sway bar, I've been working on that, but that's not going to go into paint yet because that's going to come off the car, and that will be done later. And as you can see, as you know, the rear drums are already done. So let's move up towards the front of the car and see what we got going on there. We got a crate motor right now, for what that's worth. And as you can see, we've been busy. So the wheels went out. They're not here right now. The wheels have been sent out. They've been fully restored. There's the stuff right there. So it's a silver for the spokes and the outsides, and the cast iron gray paint for the inserts. They came out pretty good. We'll be taking another video on that. There's the center cap that's going to be going on there. And then let's get to what we got in the middle. So we've got some primer on the left. We've got some rust encapsulator, excuse me, which we're going to be using to encapsulate the rust. So you basically spray it on what's left, and it will encapsulate it so it stops rusting. And then we've got the can of pre-painting prep for prepping the surfaces. And we have the zinc phosphate. So the zinc phosphate is going to work out pretty good. Let's see. We come over here, that drive shaft, I'm going to turn it for a minute, but that drive shaft is supposed to be zinc phosphate, so that will be zinc phosphate. The cross member needs to be a semi-gloss black, so that'll be getting restored and going into black. Now's the point where we start building the car back up. We'll take one more look over here. So as you can see, there is the fuel rail. That came off today. Then we ground everything down. So it's looking pretty good. We've got the new heater box sitting inside there. We got to clean that up a little bit. They'll be using that one versus the one that came off the car. That got bent a little bit in the accident. And if we shoot over this way, we have the complete old brake lines. So it's going to be very soon here. We're going to be moving to it, and like I said, tonight we're going to be going into a little bit of restoration. I will have the wheels back tonight, and we will have a roller by tomorrow, and more than likely we're going to start going into some of that rear axle and leaf spring paint tonight. So we'll definitely be doing another update on that. And it is moving along, so we're finally moving forward on the Blackbird, which has been a big thing. And like I said, it's all been kind of going backwards up to this point. So we've spent a lot of hours underneath the car, grinding down all the rust, prepping what we need to prep. We still need to weld in a driver's side floorboard, but until that time comes, we can continue forward and do what we need to do everywhere else. So again, we're still waiting for my friend to come in and take care of the bodywork. He plans on coming in mid next week. We're going to probably be bolting the frame down to the floor and pulling it with a winch, and that all needs to get pulled out of there. So once that pulls out and we fix that location that's right under that tape measure and the one right above it, we'll be in really good shape. We'll be able to put the fender back on. We'll be able to get that in the right location, and things will be moving pretty good. And if there's one thing, I'll stand back a little bit. You can see the radiator support is kind of going on a tilt up to the left side. Well, if we get down to it and we look down in here, we can see somebody obviously repaired the radiator support on this side. And if we move over to here, we can clearly see it over on this side. Okay, so obviously that wasn't a good repair to begin with, and we don't know if any metal was cut out of this when the repair was done. And if my guess, I would have to guess that these things do get really rusty, and it's very possible there was some metal missing on this side and it was replaced with fiberglass, and now it's off, as you can clearly see. But we got a fix for that. Here we go, over here. So we'll take a look at this, if I can get it in view. So that is the radiator support to the Rusty Bird. It's not in bad shape. The holes on the bottom are just a little bit oblong for the supports, so that's why I replaced it for the Rusty Bird. But for this application, I think it'll work pretty well. We're going to use some washers in there to take up any of the slack. So that should work out pretty well. And you know, we just got that jewelry booster and master cylinder just sitting there ready to go. But that's you know, we're trying to work our way towards the front of the car right now. So once the bottom is painted and all that is all set, we will start moving forward and getting to the booster and the master, so we can start welding in the driver's side floor and running those brake lines up along there. So just wanted to give you a quick update, short little video. That's what's going on. Still got a lot of work to go, but we're on the home stretch. We're making progress. Hopefully by Christmas we're going to turn the key. So you guys have a great weekend, and remember, Pontiac Power forever. Peace.